welcome back to our channels. Okay, because you know, two YouTubers sitting together. I mean, you know. But yeah, guys, welcome back to our channels. Napona, it's Happy New Year because I haven't posted a video this year. I feel like I'm always apologizing for not posting videos. But anyway, welcome back to our channels, guys. For those of you that follow us on Instagram, you are not shocked to see us sitting together. You're not shocked to see us sitting together. We asked you a couple of questions regarding what you guys want to know about mainly legal, law-related stuff. And so we're sitting here today to try to answer the questions in the best way that we can, right? Obviously, we'll answer the questions that we think we're equipped to answer. We're not going to answer every single question because some of the questions, we are not equipped, we are not notaries, we are not conveyancers, we cannot answer those kinds of questions. So we don't want to lie to y'all, okay? But anyway, let's get right into the video. Maybe let's introduce ourselves for the people that don't know Atlegang that are on my channel and the people that don't know me that are on her channel, right? I'm Tidi Bilagazi. I am an attorney. Okay, I forgot about that. I almost said I'm an influencer, I'm an attorney and I am a content creator. I have a YouTube channel and I'm sitting here with the beautiful Atlegang.
Hello. I haven't spoken. Anyway,
not too much, guys, by the way.
Guys, it's Atlegang. I'm also an attorney, practicing for a bit, and yeah.
I'm just a bit? What is a bit? You've been practicing.
I've been in the game.
You've been in the game.
I really have, but we're just here to shed light. Hey, like for me, it's more about how can we get people, you know, to similar positions or advance them even further and help people who really are in the field but are struggling, and that's why we're doing this.
Yes, exactly. And so I think I would have mentioned on my Instagram that we received a lot of questions, and some of the questions, what we've done is that we've grouped them into topics, and the ones that we think couldn't necessarily be grouped into topics at the end, right? So I think we've kind of grouped the topics into four. Into four topics. We have articles, LLM, Concord clerkship, as well as marriage and the law. I don't know what people want to know about marriage and the law, but here we are. And so we're going to start off with the questions on articles. Ne? Okay, cool. We're just going to read the questions, obviously, and
find them.
Why one, exactly. Okay, I think the first one, so the first one is by Lefahonolo. It says, how can a CA1 network within a law firm? Do you want to go?
I'm thinking back to my years.
Yes.
And trying to answer from that context. Okay, HR always told us, when you start, in fact, HR will walk you around the firm.
Yes.
To meet different partners, different directors, even if they're not in your team, just so that they know, okay, there's this new face who's arrived, she works for whoever, she's reporting to whoever, and this is what she'll be doing, right? It's then on you then to maintain that relationship. Obviously not, right? You have to sort of draw the line of being able to network and being too friendly or too much in somebody's face when work really is for work, right? But the importance of networking at work is really so that they can keep you at the back of their minds whenever there's work that's available, or they want to include you on a project, or even for purposes of promotion, because when it comes to promotion, believe it or not, the whole firm is sort of involved in people being taken up the corporate ladder. So it's on you, really. You just, I don't know, you have to read the room, you know. You don't want to be too friendly with directors or your colleagues, but you also want to maintain a certain relationship. And I just feel like it's as simple as going to lunch every once in a while, you know. A lot of people will be like, nah, I don't like hanging out with people, but
not work.
You can't be like going out to your car. I used to sleep a lot.
Me too. In my car,
but only when I'm tired. If I'm not tired, I'm gonna go chill with other children. You know what I mean? But it's just as simple as just the opportunities that you get to mingle with your fellow colleagues.
Yeah.
Take them.
Yeah, no, I think it's very difficult, and I think one of the things that I think it's more difficult for people that consider themselves as introverts, right? Because you've got this thing of, okay, I'm shy. How do I engage in a space like this? Because I always feel for the people that really do well, from my group, when I think about my group, it's all the people that are like, hey, I'm whoever. Yeah. Obviously, there's a balance. But too much, but also it's about understanding that balance of being out there, but not being what in our owner. You know what I mean? So it is. I feel like it's tricky, especially if you're an introvert and you're like, you always like being at the back of the room. That's not. I think in a space like this, you can't feel, okay, no, I'm just going to be in the back of the room and just going to chill, because at the end of the day, when promotions come, what team is she in? And you don't want that. You want people to remember, oh no. I mean, you don't have to necessarily be like always in people's faces, but I do think that taking yourself out of that shell is very important in a space like this, because like relationships matter, unfortunately, in a space like a law firm. You can't just climb the corporate ladder by just being the person at the back. Yes, your work can speak for you, but it's very important to be able to just, even if it makes you uncomfortable, just if out there, right? I think that's, I don't know what else. Enough for now. That's what I think.
You must just make an initiative, take the initiative and be there.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, I think that answers the question. The second question related to articles is, let me see if I can find it. But I remember it was something to do with, it says, I failed my second year in my LLB. Will that affect me securing articles? I think I'll go for this one, ne? So with this one, I think there's that perception, obviously you need to get good marks, right, to be able to find yourself in a space like a big firm. Like, we know that, right? I think that's been established. But I do think it mustn't be seen you can't make mistakes along the way, right? Like, for example, there was a video that I posted with a friend of mine, and she did her LLB go UCT, and she failed her third year. Like, she failed. Really? She repeated. Yeah. But the nice thing about her is that she had already secured articles at 4 months in her first year. So it was like, when she failed, she knew she was going to this firm, and all she needed to do is to say, listen, guys, I was going through a tough time. And it's not like they don't know. People go through things, and it's not like we're in an environment where people don't care, or you've got mental health issues or whatever you're facing. So she failed, and she went to HR and said, listen, I failed, I was going through my own things, and this is the situation. What happens now? And they literally said to her, okay, cool, we'll just extend another year, So I do think, don't necessarily think, I failed, Big Five firm is out of the way. It's still possible to get in, And I think the one thing that I realized is that when I applied for articles, they look at your transcript, right? And the subjects that you did really badly, and they're like, so what happened? Yeah. Like, you can explain,
they really do.
Yes, well, I explain, I know this one, I was going through whatever, or this one I didn't enjoy, or this one, whatever the reason is. So it's not to say, every year, when you must get 90%. No. Yeah. It's to say, if you can explain, to say, okay, guys, yes, I didn't do as great in my second year, but you can see third year, like 8,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think,
yes. I think, just to add on what you're saying, 100%, people are human, and so I think people who are looking to employ people in their companies, they know people are human.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
And they're not just going to see a person who's got potential. For example, you might have done very well in your first year, and in your second year you failed.
Yeah.
In your third year you do well. They're not going to look at that and say, I'm writing this person off. They want to know what happened in your second year, because they recognize the potential. So you should never say, I can't go any further because of this one thing that happened. They are human, and they will understand, so long as you can explain what happened.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that covers the question. The other question is, this one, like this one, I never know how to deal with it, because then I'm dealing with it myself. Imposter syndrome. How do you deal with that?
How do you deal with it?
Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, irritating.
Yeah, no.
I know, irritating, guys.
Got chokehold.
Yo!
It's a daily thing, hey? You don't get over. I don't know if maybe you do at some point, you do, but for the people it takes long to get over, you take a long time. Like, it's a daily thing that, remember, I mean, for me, I started with affirmations. To me, I was not about these chakras things, okay? This thing of speaking things into being like that. Like, and I'm a Christian and I believe, I'm the head and not the tail.
Yes.
But now I've started with actual affirmations.
Really?
Like to say, you are capable, you can do it. You're
used
not
to
a
do
failure.
that.
I just, in the mornings, it sounds to me, right? It's like, this is odd. But I think maybe it's taking me further without me realizing it.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, maybe you've now stepped into you step into a place and then you've stepped in with a different mindset because you've told yourself, look, I can do this.
Yeah.
Just that daily reminder. But it's a daily struggle.
It is.
Honestly, I can't even say I've dealt with it. I think I'm dealing with it on a daily.
And I think there's good days and bad days.
Yeah.
There's days where you feel like, I'm the shits. I'm the girl.
Yeah.
I'm the girl, And then there's days you're like, yo, girl, you are not the girl. Today you are not the girl. Today you are failing. So as you say, I agree so much with you that it is a daily struggle. And I think as you progress in your career and you see yourself, whether it's senior associate or whatever, it's like a new level of imposter syndrome, So I do think it's, as you say, I think I'm going to try the affirmations because, wow. But for now, I feel like it comes in stages. Sometimes I feel like, no, actually, I'm the best.
Yeah.
I don't need to, I'm here because I made it, because whatever.
Exactly.
And other times you're like, yo, even if
Yeah.
a contract, So as you say, it's literally a daily struggle, a daily thing that you have to deal with. I don't think there's ever a point where you say, oh, I'm done dealing with imposter syndrome. I don't think so. Yeah, and I think as I said to you earlier, for me, I experienced it more at the court than when I was at Bowman's. But then when I went into my new role as an associate, I experienced it again. So it's literally about, as you go into different roles, you're like, am I capable? Is it too early? Maybe I'm not ready. It happens, and you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can't see my handwriting now. What is it? Oh, yes. The other question was directed at you. The transition between IP and public law.
So the transition between IP, public interest, and public law. Okay. What can I say? So when you start working, I don't know with you, but they choose like which department that you will practice in, basically, or serve your articles in. And depending on whether or not the firm has rotational cycles, you might stay in that department or get an opportunity to be exposed to other departments, which might give you obviously a better chance of choosing what it is that you actually want to do. But let's say you don't get an option to choose, or you get retained in a department that is not your first choice, right?
Which happens a lot.
You have to make a decision. That's really it. There's two things that could happen. I remember when I left my IP role as an associate. They asked me why in my exit interview, and I said, well, I want to do administrative law. Right? Then they said, why don't you ask us? Like, why don't you come to us and say, thank you for the IP opportunity, but I'd like to go to administrative law. Can you please give me an opportunity to go get some experience there? And I was like,
I didn't know I could.
Literally, I didn't know if I could. I didn't know how my principal at the time was going to take it, They've been good to you and all of that, and then you're like, peace out.
I don't want to be here.
So it was an honest answer. If I knew I could have done that, and if I felt like I wasn't going to be stepping on anyone's toes, because I know it takes the discussion between various partners for you to move to another. You don't just move.
Exactly.
You can. Right? So that's taking a chance. But you also can just, like I did, I left. And I was like, well, I don't want to box myself in this, so I'm just going to take a leap of faith and try something else. So what it is, it's about taking the risk. I don't know if you can find yourself in my position if you don't take the risk. Because...
So how did you do it? You left and then did what? Is that when you went to the court?
No. Then I did in-house.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
And the in-house thing was... It wasn't administrative law, it was just the thing of it's something outside of IP, right?
Okay.
And I was going to focus more on like corporate, and I mean, my role was just legal advisor at a graduate level, but it was company secretary work, it was contract reviews, it was different things.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Governance, regulatory work,
Yes.
all of that. Then I realized, okay, no, the experience here is not like in practice, because a lot of the work is outsourced.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So then you think, okay, I must go back to practice.
Yeah.
Okay, you must go back.
Guys,
But now you've heard that it's hard for a
Yeah.
person who's gone in-house, who didn't have much exposure in practice, to go back, because they're like, you don't know anything.
Yes.
The notion is if you leave at an early stage from a law firm,
Yes.
that you haven't been trained.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it meant if I'm going to go back to practice,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to accept that I'm going to get a junior position.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Lucky for me, luckily, unfortunately, fortunately, it depends how you look at it. I was able to get back into practice, but I had to go back to practice with something that I knew, which was IP.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now I'm back at the
So
position
you went
I
back.
left. But
Yeah.
in my head, it's like it's easier to move within practice
Yes.
From
Then being
outside.
Okay, no, I
and
get
trying
you.
to go into
I get you.
administrative law.
Yes, I
if
get
I'm
you.
inside practice,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'll try.
You'll make
to
a plan.
get to another department, but I must just find myself in a law
Okay,
firm.
yes,
That
yes.
was the plan.
So then where did you go?
I went to Kish IP.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Kish IP, practice, litigation IP, all of that. Then I got the Concord
Okay,
role,
okay.
Right? In fact, I started today, and then the next day I had an interview, and then like a month later I had the job. So I knew I was going to be there for like a year.
Oh, okay.
It happened like
Okay.
right. Go to court, public law. Oh my God, I love it.
Love it.
I've decided
Yes.
I want to do this. So when I was looking for a job after court, it was I have to find something within the public law space.
Yes.
Luckily, the court gives you that exposure,
Yeah,
so at
definitely.
least somebody's willing to take you in that role, and that's really how I ended up in
Oh, okay.
public interest. And now to be in public law, that's just networking. You know, you need to network, know people.
Yeah.
People will know, oh, there's this girl, she did XYZ, you know.
That's so true, hey?
Really?
Yeah.
And then
That's very true.
you end up being given an opportunity because, hey, you've done IP, you've done a little bit of corporate, you went to the court. Actually, we feel like you're a person who fits a role like this, you know. You'll be headhunted for stuff that you feel like, I didn't know I could get this opportunity.
Right,
But
yeah.
because of the risks that you've taken.
So it really is about just taking the risk. That's
About
really what I'm
taking the
getting from Kore. If you're not happy in a position, like there's no point in sitting there
Just
for
take the
10
risk.
years.
Yes.
Then now you're stuck because it's very difficult at the age of 35, 10 years in the field to say, oh, I actually feel like doing something different.
Yeah.
Like it's
At
very
that point,
difficult.
You've got
Yeah.
responsibilities, so
Exactly,
and you're
yeah.
earning good money. It's going to be difficult for you.
No,
then to be
definitely.
like, I'm starting from scratch.
So you're saying the role that you're in now, the public law space, is that
What
where
I
you-
want.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're happy there. Okay.
Like this is it.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, I feel like also this is speaking to me as well because I'm just like, okay, maybe I need to take the risk. But anyway, because I won't next time. Ew. Okay, cool. I think that we've answered that one. Yeah. Another question that we got was preparing for interviews, study articles, and I think for now this one is a little bit tricky to answer because I think it's different depending on the firm that you interview at. My experience at Norton versus Bowman's versus Worksman's with the interviews was a little bit, it was not the same, right? But I think, what kind of questions, do you want to take this one? I don't even know.
I never had an interview.
People that were headhunted. Wow.
No.
Wow. Like, you know, we've seen your CV, honey. Can you please?
No, not like that.
Okay.
It's not like that.
I'm just okay.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Now she wants to explain.
No, it's
Okay.
So like we had like almost like a camp for like vacation students
Wait.
at some Adams and Adams.
Oh,
At
okay.
some like
Okay.
resort or whatever. For like
Oh,
a
I didn't know
weekend.
that. Okay.
And it was literally a boot camp, but for like your mind.
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't even like legal questions. They were just trying to see how does this person like do certain things.
Think.
Yeah. How do you deal with conflict? How do you deal in a situation where somebody hasn't done their work? Like they just want to see like put in a working environment. What?
Wow, I've never
How
heard
do
of that.
You know? And so we didn't know that was our interview. Kante interview. And
And then after that, they offered you.
After that, we had vacation work for 2 weeks at the firm.
Yes.
And then at the end of the vacation work, they told us we all got jobs. They didn't sit down.
Johnny, guys.
That's really how it happened.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, since I'm the one that has experienced the interview, I'll answer this question here. So, the interview, how do you prepare? I think the first thing is to do your research. That's what I believe. Like, if you've got an interview at Norton Rose and at Bowman's or at wherever, you need to prepare. Like, that's the one thing. You know, you can't get there and just ufihle mole. How about a basic question? How tsebi, you know? So I think...
But what would a basic question?
Like, a basic question would be... Like, you know what? The one thing that I always used to prepare is at the end of the interview when they say to you, do you have any questions for us, right? Then I'll say, oh, I read that you guys were involved in this transaction.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, it's because then it shows, oh, okay, this person is actually interested.
Took initiative.
And there's other questions that you should not be asking because they are already on their website, right? So let's say, what is the firm's transformation policy? Maybe that's already on the website, right? And something like that, then they're like, okay, cool. They'll never say to you, it's there. Yeah. They'll say to you, oh, okay, the transformation policy is like this and this and this. But if you say to them, okay, I've read on the website that you guys have this new transformation policy, whatever, can you explain for me how it works? So it shows this person sat down, prepared for this interview, knew where they were going, and because how you prepare for Norton Rose versus how you prepare for ENS is not the same, right? So I think for me, the one thing that people need to learn is to prepare for interviews, right? Also, just like basic things, guys, like how you look, like how you present yourself, you know, at an interview. Yeah, I want to get blonde hair. I will never go to an interview with like, I'm sorry, like I can go to work, like now I'm at Bowman's, I'm comfortable with my team is chilled, they know me. I'll definitely go to work like this. But like, you never know, like, who's going to be sitting in front of you in an interview panel. We have lawyers that have been in the field for 40 years that are very like this. They don't see any, like, professional looks a certain kind of way for them. Yes. So when TD walks in, go interview, got blonde hair, they're just thinking, oh my God, hey, millennials. Give these millennials, they're gonna come telling us about transformation, whatever. So for now, I think in my head, like, I dress a certain way for an interview, I'll look a certain way, and that's not necessarily how I'll look every day at work, right? So I think someone was actually asking, Hore, do you think it's advisable to go kind of like a piercing, like a nose ring, and like pink hair or whatever? And I was just, to be honest, I just said no, you shouldn't, you know, because yes, the world, we're saying, the world is willing to accept me for who I am. This is who I am. Yes, and that's fine. I think you can do that once you've got a job, you know, which is what I do. I can rock my blonde hair and my boss will be like, oh, you look cute. But it's different when you're sitting in an interview with people that don't even know who you are.
First impressions.
Exactly. So for now, it's preparing for the interview, looking presentable for the interview. And just the other thing, as I said, like always, when they say to you, do you have any questions? Please,
always ask.
Please never say, I don't have a question. Like, you must always, even if it's just for the sake of asking, just ask a question, you know? Because then it's like you seem like you're engaging, you're actually interested in the interview. So that's for me.
Yeah. The asking a question thing is like the one time you take control of the interview.
That's true.
And you can literally dominate, or you can like set the tone just by leading the room with questions.
Exactly.
You know, maybe you might have butchered your interview, but at the end, when you are in the position to take control, you just switch their minds. So it's so important to ask a question.
No, you have to, guys, just prepare. Just that one question, you're like, okay, at the end when they ask me, you know, okay, I've researched, I've done this, then you just ask that bomb question. Even if they were not going to hire you, they change their minds right there and there. Yeah. So and I think the last question that we can deal with under the articles pillar is someone is asking, they have an average of 69 for, I think, their second year, and they want to know if that's enough for applying at a Big 5 firm.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. People have this perception that applying at like big firms, you need to have like 80s and 90s. Well, that's good. Yeah. If you have those, that's good. But it's not to say that they won't look at your CV.
Yeah.
I mean, an average of 69 is actually quite good.
Quite good, yeah.
That means honestly 17 yana more, maybe there's a 160 yana, but 69 it's pretty good. Yeah, so you can definitely apply with that.
But I just want to say, keep in mind that there are a lot of people who probably have the same average. So you guys are all competing for the same position, and there's more people looking than there are positions. So you're gonna have to do more in your CV to set you apart. So it might not necessarily be your mark. Your mark is good. It can get you in, but maybe demonstrate your love for social justice or
whatever
community outreach or your extracurricular activities, whatever. You know, being involved with other things more than just academics.
That's so true.
Just to set yourself a little bit apart from everybody else that you're competing with.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay, I think we can wrap that up. Okay, so what are we dealing with next?
LLM.
It's LLM. Okay, cool. It's not the LLM questions there. To be honest, the LLM questions, they depress me because I'm within and it's deep and it's painful
But
and
second
it's
year.
second year. I regret this so every day. I'm just like, why did I? So I think you're gonna answer most of the questions because you're done with that. But someone was asking, they were asking about the process of doing an LLM and how to prepare for your research paper.
Wow.
Why are you saying wow?
Because I don't remember.
How, guys? How?
Wait, the process of doing your LLM. So it depends whether you take coursework with research or just research, right? I don't know what the research requirement is.
I also don't know. I'm not doing that.
But I do know that it's like a longer paper.
I think at Viks it's 25,000 words. Yes, for research only, and then coursework it's 10,000.
Yeah. I prefer coursework and research.
Me too.
Because I think just being able to learn from someone is just always easier. And then, you know, they assess how much you've learned, and then it's on you, you know, learn and then write your assessment. With research, it's all on you, really. You gotta go do your research and make sure that your paper makes sense and you come to a solid conclusion and someone's gonna mark it and say, well done, you know? So I'll just say, I think coursework with research is better.
But I think it depends. I think it depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? So if you want to do a PhD one day,
it's a very good.
Exactly, right? But if, let's say, you're doing it because you want to learn about a certain subject more, like for example, now I want to do IP. I've never done IP in my life. So for me, it makes sense to do coursework and research, because then I can research and do whatever I love, but I can still learn. You know what I mean? Because I do not plan on doing a PhD in my life. Never, ever. So yeah, I think it depends on what you're trying to achieve. Yeah.
But it's doable. But it's doable if you manage your time.
Yeah.
And also it depends on how hectic or demanding your job is.
That's true.
Because really, so my husband registered for LLM
this year.
Last year.
Okay.
Then he suspended it for 6 months.
Yeah.
Then 6 months came, he suspended it again.
Because of his job.
Because of work. Now we're in 2022. He's like, he can't do it again, you know. So it depends on how busy you are. And really, sometimes, I mean, he just wants an LLM because he wants it.
Yes.
Not necessarily because he needs it or anything like that. So you can choose, okay, maybe this is a better opportunity for me to do it.
Yeah.
Versus this time, if you want to take the risk and, you know, you're overworked, but you still want to go ahead and do it, or you need to, then it's just going to be hard work. No,
you have to. And it's a lot of sacrifices. Like, there's certain things that that weekend, you're not going to be able to go out with your friends every weekend. Yeah. Because, hey, guys, it's really tough. Like, I feel like Atlegang is making it look so chill. It's tough. No, it's really tough. And I think for now, I feel like I've just been through a baptism by fire because I just submitted my first draft and I was like, but yeah, for now.
But after that, it's smooth sailing.
Really?
Because unless they come back and say your research is crap.
Can they not? Can they not?
Because then you only have to work on certain little things in your report.
I'm hoping. You know? I'm holding thumbs.
Yeah.
But as much as it's been really tough, I'm enjoying it.
Yes, it's really enjoyable.
I'm really, really enjoying it. It's like, and at the end of a work day, like you do like one area of law like every day, and then when you think, okay, I've got class and I'm doing this human rights course, phew, it's something besides just work. And like it, as much as it's also and you still have to prepare for lectures and things like that, but it's something different. So I think that's why I enjoy it, as much as it gives me sleepless nights. But it's good. It's good. And I mean, as you said, it's about managing your time. There's no other way to do it. You have to balance, sacrifice going to weekend aways with whoever you're going to weekends away with, and just have to do it. Yeah.
A follow-up question to that though
Yeah.
would be, do you think it's then better to do LLM straight after LLB, or at a later stage when you've decided this is what you want to do?
I think straight after LLB, no, I wouldn't advise. So for me, when I think about what I liked after my LLB, and based on just what school and whatever, I think I would have done my LLM in like human rights, right? But now, because I'm in competition and I really like it and I'm enjoying it, and I also like human rights law, I've kind of infused those two topics together. So I think I would have never done that
if you did it straight after.
Exactly. So my exposure to the working environment, to the working world, and kind of also seeing like the gap in your industry. Oh, okay, there isn't a lot of research on this element, maybe I can research that. So for now, I think it's always better to do it after you've got a little bit of experience and your LLM will help you in whatever it is that you're doing, as opposed to just doing it because you're sitting at home. But obviously, I think a lot of people do their LLMs because they are literally just sitting at home and they don't have articles. So I get that. So I think if you have the option to do your articles, I think do articles and then after that consider. Yeah.
I think so. But if you're sitting at home, then go study.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So someone asked about whether it's better to do an LLM overseas versus in South Africa. I don't know. I've never done it in the States, guys. So I really can't answer that question.
I actually don't know.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose if you were to do it overseas, it's like the whole experience of moving is an experience as well, right? So if that's kind of what you're looking for, then maybe it is better to do it. I think, Linda, when I initially wanted to do my LLM, I wanted to do it overseas.
Same.
Just because, I want to go to Harvard.
Yeah.
And Oxford and whatever. But there's so many hurdles to doing it overseas.
But be ambitious. Like, if you want to do it, you should definitely do it.
No, definitely. But obviously not remembering Kore. Finances are a thing. It's very expensive. I think the one time I had a chat with my friend and he said that his LLM costs him $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the you now have to think about all those things and scholarships and all of those things. But if I were to have an opportunity to do it overseas, definitely I would definitely do it. Yeah. Okay. No, this one. The thing is, this one I can still wrong. The difference between LLM, what is MCOM? I don't know what MCOM
Isn't it commerce in
Masters in Commerce?
Yeah, Masters in
and
Commerce.
MBA, which is better.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Yo, guys, I have no idea. Yo, guys, no. This one we are not answering. We don't know. I think maybe find someone that has maybe both an LLM and an MBA, and then I think that would be the best person.
But isn't MBA like more business?
Yeah, it is more business. It is, and then you need to have like some level of experience, like I think more than 5 years of executive what experience. But now I don't want to say anything about things I don't know.
I really don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
MCOM is Masters in Commerce or something like that.
I think so. I no, that question, guys, we can't answer. Unfortunately, sorry.